It's like Christmas time. Should I be should I be disappointed that it's not snowing? That it's raining in December and it's 70 degrees? Well, it was like 30 yesterday, and I was scraping the ice off my truck, but then the temperature just went right back up. So that's Christmas. That's December in North Carolina for you. On Oak Island here, doing a little fishing back here, and you're thinking about Christmas coming up, all the decorations on the tree, and you're like, what am I going to get my fishermen for Christmas? What am I going to get them? I just don't have any ideas. I need some help. Santa needs some help. And so I'm I'm your man. I'm an elf. I'm a little fishing elf guy. I'm going to show you some gifts that I've gotten in the past, usually for Christmas, and that turn out to be really good present ideas, and it's going to make your fisherman happy. So if he doesn't have these gifts, and you're looking to get him something, come on, let's go help Santa out. Jingle, jingle. Let's go. Alright, here's my first gift idea. It's Fish Gum's OP Bait Soak. And I was gifted this, actually, and then I went to purchase some more because I thought it worked well, and they were sold out. So I asked Santa Claus if I could get some. Stick it in the stocking and throw some Fish Gum in while you're at it. Basically, what you do is you take some shrimp and you chop it up like I did here. You pour it into the bag, and then you shake it up like shake and bake, and you put it in the fridge overnight. When you take it out the next day, you go fishing with it, and it will make the shrimp taste like ghost shrimp, which is a fish's favorite flavor, I think. So I put it on the hook and I tried it out, and right away caught a spot, right? I caught this little tiny puffer fish. Oh, he's so cute and adorable, but I had to throw him back because he was too small. I caught this ginormous pompano, and I even caught a wheat fish. So I would definitely recommend that go in the stocking. Next up is some fishing shears. I was gifted this pair of fishing shears a few years back, and I was like, what am I going to do with these? And now I tell you what, I use them for everything. You can see here, I'm cutting up some bait, I'm cutting up some shrimp, cuts into nice little pieces. It cuts the line, it cuts wire. It's just a great tool. So another great stocking stuffer. Throw that one in the stocking, and any fisherman's going to very much enjoy it once he figures out what to do with it. All fishermen need a really good fillet knife. Now, I'm not going to tell you which brand to purchase. I have a few different myself, but the whole concept is here, you've got to get a good one because you've got to get one that can stay sharp. And you might even want to throw in a knife sharpener while you're at it. I've got a couple of knife sharpeners, and I do like to keep my fillet knife sharp because it just makes it so much easier, or I should say it makes it horrible if your knife isn't sharp and you're trying to cut up. You caught this beautiful fish, and you're trying to cut up nice fillets, and your knife's dull, and it just won't cut through it. So a really nice, sharp fillet knife, definitely the way to go. Make another great stocking stuffer. So when you get the stocking filled, we can get on to some bigger gifts. But back to the dock here. I caught a fish. I thought between every couple of gift ideas, I'd just give you an update of what is going on the dock out here. So yeah, I caught a spot. I caught a spot here in the Davis Canal. And you know the deal there. I always throw them back, and then I catch more and wish I kept them. So let's go on to some more gift ideas. We'll let him go. Next up is waders, chest waders to be precise. I got the 2 times I got these as gifts, and the first time I knew exactly what to do with it. And look, I was out fishing and I caught 2 whiting, and I really think the reason I caught these fish was because I was wearing the waders. If I did, no, that's not true. Hold on to that whiting, they're slippery. No, but the deal is this: if your fisherman likes to fish year round, like you don't need to have a pair of waders if you're only going to fish in July. Look at the size of this monster. Definitely caught him because of the waders. If you're only going to fish in July, you don't need it. But if you want to fish in March, or you like to fish in December or January or whatever, you know, having waders, it just, even if you're just going out a couple to your knees, it just helps out so much keeping you warm. All right, next up, a smoker. So you catch a bunch of fish. What are you going to do with them? You got to smoke them. And it's a pretty simple process. You know, I got a charcoal one, but they sell gas ones. I'm just going to start some charcoal here, right? And get my charcoal nice and toasty. And then I just throw some wood chips on top of it. And once the wood chips get on top, it starts smoking like right away usually. So you throw a couple of wood chips on. Look at the ashes coming up. No, good thing the fish isn't there yet to get all ashy. Okay, then I put my pan in. You put a little pan in and you put some water in there, or you can put like some beer in there. It's a good use of an IPA, and that just keeps the fish, even though it's dehydrating and smoking, it's keeping it moist. So you put your fish up on there. I mean, I just gut it and I'm ready to go. And then I just let that guy sit and put the top on. Keep it around 200 degrees. Let the dog keep an eye on it. Bark away strangers. If you need to, throw some more wood chips in there as needed. And when you're done, you pick it up and you got some yummy, delicious smoked fish. Like 2 hours later, there's a beautiful smoked black drum for you. So I'm going to take them inside, smush them up. I make some fish dip and I let my daughter taste it out. See how it is.
Even that out. And I am a dip connoisseur, so I will know if this is good. What's in this?
Fish.
Has a distinct taste. It's delicious. Smoky, creamy. I think I'm gonna eat the whole bowl.
Next up, and this actually, all these presents I actually got as presents. I got a Yeti Bucket for Christmas one year. And it's another one of those things when I looked at it and was like, what am I going to do with this? And now I will tell you it is indispensable to my surf fishing. I keep my tools in the inside container there and around the outside. In the bottom of the bucket, if I'm going to the beach, I put in my bait. If I'm coming back from the beach, I put in my fish, like this tiny little pompano I got in here right now to keep them going while keep them going while I'm fishing some more. And then, like I said, on the outside, I got the little skirt here so I can keep some tools in there. And then the insert goes back in. I can put the top back on, and I put the top back on. I cut my bait on top of the top. You probably seen me use this. I think I use it in every one of my videos. I'll be cutting bait on top of that thing. And then when I'm not catching fish, which is so rare, right? I actually just sit on the bucket, so I don't even have to bring a chair. So that bucket just takes care of everything. It's great. They are expensive though. They're a little pricey. All right, if your fisherman does not have a cast net, I'm going to throw this in. Cast nets are really in the fall. They're great to use for catching when you're seeing the fish we cannot use right now in December, the mullet, the striped mullet, which are right now banned from being used. But in October, November, you can use them, and this is just a great way to get them. You throw the cast net out there, and you pull it in. And you can use it in Davis Canal or over in the ICW to get shrimp earlier in the season, or you can get mud minnows in the spring. So really, you can use it to catch a whole bunch of different types of things. And here's where I'm actually catching some of those. We're showing you how to use the cast net from a video, but this is a clip from a video where I actually threw it on top of, you'll be so much bait in the surf. So even if you're not good at throwing it, which I'm not, you can still get a whole bunch of bait. Like, look at all these little minnows here. I dropped them all on the floor. I could pick them up, put them in the bucket. It's going to catch me some bluefish, I bet you. All right, next. Let's go back to the dock and just see if we're catching any more fish. And I did get another bite right here. And you know what I'm doing? I'm actually hoping for some black drum, because sometimes I catch some black drum out here. And I got a black drum, but he might be a little small. Look, he's a cutie, right? I'm going to throw him back in. We'll throw him back in and we'll get on to our next and best of, I think, the presents you can get for somebody, and that is, number one, the ghost shrimp pump. If you've never seen a yabby before, or a ghost shrimp, they're little creatures that live in the sand. You can catch them at low tide. Here's one right here. I just pulled it up. But the only way to get them out is with the ghost shrimp pump camp. So go buy a ghost shrimp pump. This is one right here, a ghost shrimp pump, and you find these little holes, and you pump up the sand, and the little ghost shrimp gets sucked up. But if you're going to do that, get some miracle thread to go along with it. It'll be like a little, maybe that can be a stocking stuffer, and he'll be like, why do I need miracle thread? And then you'll be like, you'll see when you open up your big gift. Because these ghost shrimp don't stay on the hook, so you got to wrap them up with some miracle thread here. I'm trying to figure out how to, it's like the first time I ever used it, I'm trying to figure it out. But look how well it works. So I got myself a nice little fat whiting here. As soon as you throw a ghost shrimp out, you'll get a bite on your hook. Guaranteed. So that's it for all the great presents. Let me show you one little tip here. If you are ever fishing for black drum, see how tight that line is? All of a sudden, the line went totally limp. And that's because that black drum, and I knew it was a black drum, picked up that bait and started swimming towards me. And I wasn't holding the rod, so I didn't know. And then when I picked it up, all of a sudden, I tightened up the line, and there he was. So here comes the black drum. And he's a decent one. Was probably just under keeper size, so I'm going to throw him back. He's probably about 13 inches, but I didn't even have the measuring stick, which also makes a great Christmas present, by someone a measuring stick. So have yourself a great holiday and a Merry Christmas, y'all.